from the Hussman School of Journalism and Media at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, covering the full range of Tar Heel athletics. This is Sports Extra.
The Tar Heels face the Blue Devils in Cameron for the first time since Coach K's last home game upset. Can they pull off a dub again tomorrow? Welcome to Sports Extra. I'm Caitlin Schmidt.
And I'm Isabella Geskos. Thanks for joining us. The men's basketball team battled through a tough matchup versus Pitt in the Dean Dome on Wednesday. The game was neck and neck throughout, with neither team having a lead greater than 7 points. Carolina entered the second half down by 1 point, and shots like this three from Caleb Love, my gosh, that was from a different time zone. And this dunk by Armando Bacot kept the Heels in the game. UNC struggled to make shots and free throws when it counted, and a turnover followed by this untimely foul gave the Panthers everything they needed to secure the victory, 65-64.
To break down what went wrong, let's go to basketball analyst Jay Banzette. Jay?
Yeah, Caitlin, the Heels had a, let's put it simply, embarrassing performance on Wednesday night against Pitt. So let's take a look at what happened and what all went wrong. So 19 minutes left in the second half, not quite critical timing yet, but this just kind of exemplifies the Tar Heels' problems on the evening. So Pitt's going to get a drive. It's going to be well contested. This Pitt player is going to put up a contested contested layup off the glass. But the problem comes here. There are 3 Pitt Panthers to 2 Tar Heels. That's not great, but it's not terrible either. RJ's, however, looking at the ball. Caleb is looking at the ball. Pete is looking at the ball. Caleb's going to end up creeping down here to try and rebound. But I love Armando Bacot as much as anybody. Watch his effort on this play and tell me this is how you're going to win an ACC basketball game. He's just standing there, not contesting the shot, getting out-rebounded by a guard on the block. That's pretty much unacceptable. I hate to say it. Caleb's going to take the ball over half court. Going to throw it down to Bacot like we've done 100 times this season. Leakey's going to come to the backside post. Bacot's going to get doubled, and this is the problem. Everybody's standing still. He gets doubled on the block. His visibility's taken away. Caleb has got to get to the corner. We've got to rotate. Caleb does it late, however. He's still standing there. He's got to move. He's got to help. And then the problem here, he immediately takes the jump shot. There's 12 seconds left on the shot clock. You can swing it back out. You can send it right back to Bacot and get moving again, but you take a corner on the move 3, and you hit absolutely nothing on the way down. Going down, coming back on this way, you've got 40 seconds left in the game. RJ, they're going to send it to Bacot again. Here comes Caleb's going to get this high ball screen, but Pitt's going to hedge this screen and bump Caleb out all the way towards the logo. That's perfect defense. It allows time to recover down to the front side post. They're going to swing it around. Pete's going to dump it down again to Bacot like we've done 100 times, and yet again, Bacot is going to have his visibility taken away. Nobody's coming to help on the short side, and Bacot's going to end up traveling and turning the ball over. And then we'll go back down like we already talked about with the untimely foul. Carolina switches everything, and I don't understand it. Leaky Black, the best defender in the ACC, has his man one-on-one. This is a simple screen to go over or under, but they just automatically switch it because RJ's late and can't hedge it. And then the Pitt will go down, get the foul, make the first free throw, and win the game. So Carolina has its biggest game to date coming up tomorrow at 6:30 in Durham, and they'll need to bring their physicality on the defensive glass, or they might just get blown out by Kyle Filipowski and the Blue Devils. Caitlin?
Thanks, Jay. Fans are anxious about which version of this Carolina team will show up. Although the Heels have had some disappointing outcomes, they aren't the only blue team in the area struggling mid-season. Like UNC, Duke had a slow start this season. After losing 6 games, 4 of them in conference play, the Blue Devils are still trying to find momentum after losing head coach Mike Krzyzewski and nearly all members in the starting lineup. Despite struggles on both ends of the court, standout players like freshman Kyle Filipowski, who's averaging 15.8 points and 9.5 rebounds per game, are making a difference for the Blue Devils. Still, it should be a fierce competition with UNC's guards Caleb Love and RJ Davis, who lead the Heels' offense. UNC big man Armando Bacot will also take on Duke's 2 freshman standout centers, Filipowski and Derek Lively, who's been threats all season.
On Thursday night, the UNC women's basketball team went head-to-head with the Virginia Cavaliers for the second time this season. After a slow start, scoring only 5 points in the first quarter, the team had their best shooting percentage so far in ACC play. Redshirt freshman Kayla McPherson made her debut at Carmichael Arena after recovering from a knee injury from high school. She scored 14 points. The 4 juniors in the starting lineup also reached double figures, with Deja Kelly scoring 13 points. Tar Heel fans were out in full force with the student section's curtain of chaos, thwarting Virginia's free throw attempts. UNC ended with a 73-62 win.
Just excitement. There's a lot of excitement. I mean, I've been waiting on this for a long time. So, I mean, finally be out here playing with them, it's excitement.
The Tar Heels look to continue their hot streak against the Louisville Cardinals at the KFC Yum Center this Sunday. Carolina has won the past 8 games in a row, an effort they haven't accomplished since the 08-09 season. The game tips off at noon. A key component to the Heels' success this season has been the play of Deja Kelly. Kelly is on the late season top 20 watch list for the John R. Wooden Award for the Women's Player of the Year. Kelly is averaging more than 16 points and 3 assists, both team highs, and has been the unquestioned floor general for Carolina, ranking top 10 in the ACC in assist to turnover ratio.
It was business as usual for the second-ranked UNC women's tennis team as the Heels faced the 5th-ranked Georgia Bulldogs on Wednesday night. In doubles, with the score tied 1 apiece, it came down to the final match to decide which team would secure the early advantage. UNC's duo of Fiona Crawley and Carson Tangalig proved to be too much for the Bulldogs to handle, giving the Heels a 1-0 lead. In singles, Crawley cruised to victory in the first set thanks to her tremendous defense and powerful forehand, but suffered a rare loss after stumbling in the final 2 sets. Crawley's teammates rose to the occasion and played some outstanding tennis, ending with a big win by Abby Fords and a come-from-behind victory by Elizabeth Scotty to clinch the match. The Heels win the top 5 clash 5-2. The UNC gymnastics team is now 5-2 after they defeated George Washington on Saturday afternoon. Let's go to our gymnastics analyst to hear more about the team. Lee?
Caitlin, UNC Gymnastics is off to a great start this season, and Julia Noer is a big part of the reason why. Let's watch her beam and floor routines. Noer starts with her flight series, a back handspring layout step out. Fast forward to the end of her routine, we can see Noer preparing for her dismount, then executing a round off 1.5 followed by a slight hop on the landing. That hop is a 1/10 deduction, but she finishes with a 9.85, helping her earn her 7th all-around title. On floor, Noer begins with a round-off back handspring double pike. She brushes it off like it was nothing. For her second pass, she does a front full front layout, another clean pass with a stuck landing. And with that nearly perfect score of a 9.9, her meet high and career best, Noer has jumped to number 7 in Carolina history. The Tar Heels hope for more success tomorrow as they continue the road to nationals. Caitlin?
Thanks, Lee. You just stuck your landing. The gymnastics team has hosted meets raising awareness for cancer, Down syndrome, and mental health. Jasmine Baker has more.
The team is using home meets to do more than just display their skill.
It's important that we impact the community. We give back to the community. We're so blessed in so many ways. And so we all feel just a very strong responsibility to do that. And we feel like this is the platform that we can do that with.
Senior Bree Greenlow takes pride in using her talents to make a difference. The team doesn't just talk about these issues like mental health, but they make it a priority to address it with each other.
To be able to bring light to something through what we love doing, so being able to do gymnastics and bring light to cancer and bring light to mental health awareness and other things that we're doing throughout our meets to come, it's a really special feeling. We're gymnasts, but we're people first. To be able to do what we love, we got to be in the right space for it. So we definitely check on each other, and being a student athlete isn't always easy, but we have an army of people there to support us and pick us up on the days that we need it.
The UNC gymnastics team is dedicated to success both on and off the mat. I'm Jasmine Baker reporting.
The Heels will be back in Carmichael Arena on February 24th with a meet honoring Black History Month in diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Tar Heel hockey looks to skate past NC State this weekend to avoid the 2 teams face off for the 2-game series. The Heels are coming off 2 straight wins against West Virginia. In November, the Tar Heels claimed the Governor's Cup with a victory against the Ice Pack. Game 1 is tonight at 8:15 at the Wake Competition Center. Wednesday was football signing day, and the Carolina football team has signed 20 recruits to the class of 2023. The top recruits include wide receiver Chris Culliver from Maiden High School, who's known for going up and high-pointing the ball over defenders. The quarterback of the class, Tad Hudson, comes from Huff High School and can throw a great deep ball. Jay Braun Harvey, a 6'3", 225-pound defensive end from Southern Durham, can get around the edge to sack the quarterback. Another big-time defensive end from Panther Creek High School, Tyler Thompson, is expected to tear up offensive backfields as well. Some of these signees have potential to get playing time as early as next season for the Tar Heels.
The Diamond Heels are ready to start their season, and their star outfielder is receiving some national recognition. Sophomore Vance Honeycutt is on the All-America preseason first team. Honeycutt is coming off a fantastic freshman campaign where he batted nearly 300 with 25 home runs and 29 steals. That was good for the first 2020 season in school history. Honeycutt and the Heels start their season on February 17th with a series against Seton Hall. With head coach Karen Shelton retiring, UNC has hired a not-so-familiar face to lead the dynasty that is Carolina field hockey. Field hockey analyst Caroline Yaffa sat down with new coach Aaron Matson yesterday, and here's a quick tease to the exclusive interview that will be airing Monday on Sports Extra.
Okay, so your timeline speaks for itself. You were a recruit to a player to winning awards to natties to graduation just a month ago to the head coach of the winningest college field hockey team. So how did that all develop?
Yeah, it's been nuts, and it continues to be, but in the best way possible. It started becoming a, maybe this could happen, this could be cool, and then it evolved to like, wait, this could happen. What do we need to do? Let's do it. My introduction Instagram post with Go Heels and UNC Field Hockey and everything is right next to my graduation pictures, and it's interesting and different and unique. My days are booked with meetings and all kinds of things that I never imagined having conversations about, but I wouldn't want it any other way now.
Well, Bella, with Aaron Matson's impressive resume, I truly think this was a great move for the team. And after all, she is the GOAT of field hockey.
Caitlin, speaking of GOATs, today is MJ Day, 2/3/23. And all day on ACC Network, they will be honoring the best basketball player of all time.
Well, Bella, I think I know what I'm going to be doing after this, flipping on ACC Network. That does it for this edition of Sports Extra. We'll be back on Monday for all the highlights from another exciting weekend of Carolina athletics.